there, this is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 21 X-Factors video. This is going to wrap up this kind of mini-series, these videos we've been putting out over the last couple days. EA has been showing all of the starting X-Factors for Madden 21, mainly for regs, but it's still interesting to see the players that they picked, and maybe think about the abilities and X-Factors you might be using in MUT 21 for your squad day one. So, a couple things to go over before we start here. Number one, earlier today, we put out a video on all of the new abilities that are going to be in Madden 21 and MUT 21. Some very interesting ones. Definitely a very long list of them, so if you want to see that, we're going to link that video to this one. In the upper right part of your screen, there will be a circle with the letter I. Go ahead and click that. That'll show you that one. Again, that's specifically on abilities. We do talk about some X-Factors in there as well. And then number two, we'll take a look at it now. Yesterday, they released the list of all of the pass catchers, the wide receivers, the tight ends, all of their X-Factors. I've been doing videos on these up until yesterday. I just didn't have time to do it, so we'll quickly go over it here, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time just because the information's out there. And of course, with this website we've been using, the link to it is in the description. You can go see for it yourself. The offense and the defense, I'm sure, is complete now. I don't think there's anything for kickers and punters and whatnot. So the offense is complete. Yesterday, they released Double Me for Adam Thielen, Max Security for Amari Cooper. We have some other wide receivers on there. Double Me for Avante Adams. Let's go ahead and load more. Double Me for DeAndre Hopkins. I low-key totally forgot that D-Hop is a Cardinal now. The card art threw me off. I was like, what is Larry Fitzgerald doing? Before I saw the name and everything. Don't mind me. I'm sure some of you can relate. George Kittle, yak him up. Julio Jones has Double Me as well. A lot of these kind of are repetitive. Max Security for Keenan Allen, also for Michael Thomas. We have Mike Evans with a Double Me as well. And Stephon Diggs, who I also forgot plays for the Bills now. He's got Rack 'em Up. Double Me for Travis Kelce. Rack 'em Up for Tyreek Hill. If you want to see what these X-Factors do, again, go to this website. We have Rack 'em Up, Double Me. Pretty much all you got to do is click the name. It's going to show you who. The one that I will quickly show you guys for offense, and again, this is mostly going to be on defense for this video, is Yak 'em Up for tight ends. This is going to be pretty glitchy. If you take a look here, Kittle's the only one with it. Trigger to activate it. 3 20-plus yard receptions. Not going to be incredibly easy to do, but if you get them in the zone, 1 drop, incompletion, or 3 consecutive non-targets is how you get it out of the zone if it's your opponent. But take a look at what it does here. Increased chance to break the first post-catch tackle. I think that's pretty glitchy, especially when it comes to a tight end, especially with a fast guy like George Kittle. You break 1 tackle. Depending on how speed works in MUT 21 or Madden 21, I say this slightly loosely there, you're not catching George Kittle. But again, we know how speed sometimes works in these games. All right, so that was yesterday's content. Let's talk about the defense, and we're starting out with Avalanche. I talked about this one in my video earlier today. This one's going to be a problem. So we got Bobby Wagner with Avalanche. I'm looking at this for the first time, so bear with me here. All of these guys we went over before. We have Derwin James with Reinforcement. Okay. We have Devin McCourty with Zone Hawk. Harrison Smith with Reinforcement. Sorry, I'm cutting off the screen images there. We have Jair Alexander. That's pretty interesting to see he got an X-Factor. Jair Alexander has Shutdown. We have Jalen Ramsey with Bottleneck. That's a new X-Factor in the game this year. Talked about in the video earlier today. Jamal Adams with Avalanche. And I think that might be it. I could be wrong. Richard Sherman has Shutdown, so Sherman got him an X-Factor. Stephon Gilmore, how could I forget about him? He also has Shutdown. Tre'Davious White has Shutdown. Pretty cool card art. I don't know how I feel about this long, lanky Inspector Gadget arm, but still cool nonetheless. And then Reinforcement for Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. I'm scrolling back to the top, chat. I called you chat, and I'm doing a YouTube video. My bad. Avalanche is going to be crazy. If you allow this to get activated, you're in trouble, because what does Avalanche do? Well, I'll tell you. Downhill hit sticks, force fumbles. And the description that I read in the video earlier today basically said it guarantees a fumble. 3 hit stick tackles is all it takes to activate it. I honestly don't think that's much to get it activated. The good thing is 30 offensive yards total is not too difficult, especially with the lack of usering that's going to be in this year's game. The zone coverage wasn't very good in the beta. They say it's been fixed. We'll wait and see. I don't think it's going to be hard to get 30 yards, but man, 3 hit stick tackles is not a lot to activate something that literally is going to guarantee you a fumble. So this one, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm really, really worried about this one and how it's going to play out and how people could abuse it. I mean, it's going to be tough. So Bobby Wagner has it. Also, where is it? All right, I went to the wrong page. Jamal Adams has it. Think about this team in regs with both of these guys having Avalanche. They have a fast mobile quarterback with Russell Wilson. I think the Seahawks is going to be the go-to early regs team, especially if Jadeveon Clowney resigns. I don't know what's going on with that whole situation, but that could be a tough team to stop. We then have reinforcement with Derwin James. We take a look at this ability, and it says higher chance to defeat run blocks and disrupt catches. I like this one a lot. 2 tackles for loss or 2 force incompletions to get him knocked out or to knock out your opponent with this. 20 offensive yards shouldn't be an issue. Players with this, we got Derwin James, Harrison Smith, and Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. And I think the only other ability is 2 other abilities. Bottleneck, I think, was one of them. And then the one with the long Inspector Gadget arm. So we went over... Oh, we did not. We got 2 more. 3 more. Zone Hawk with Devin McCourty. We'll take a look at what this was in Madden 20, so we're kind of familiar with it. More interceptions and zone coverage. 2 force incompletions to get him in the zone. Doesn't seem like too much, to be honest. 30 offensive yards allowed to get it out of the zone. Also doesn't seem like too much. McCourty is the only person with this ability to start out the game in Madden 21 regs. I hate that I have to keep going back and then loading more. It's a little painful, but that's okay. All right, shutdown and bottleneck I think are the only ones. I just want to make sure here. Shutdown. Yeah, so we'll go over shutdown and then finish off with the bottleneck ability. So shutdown, we also had in MUT 20 and Madden 20. And what it does is it forces tighter coverage and more interceptions on contested catches. Trigger to activate it, 2 force incompletions by that player to knock him out, 30 offensive yards. Seems easy to activate and easy to knock out as well. Superstars with this ability: Jair Alexander, Richard Sherman, Stephon Gilmore, and Tre'Davious White. So 4 players starting out the Madden 21 year with that ability. And then last but not least, this is a new one. It sounded okay, kind of cool. Jalen Ramsey with Bottleneck. Let's go ahead and take a look here. He's the only one that's going to have it to start out. And again, this is a new one. Early action wins man press coverage. So if you watched my video earlier, a lot of stuff with man press and abilities. And this is kind of an associated X factor. Dominantly win man press attempts. So if you get this activated, you're going to want to have this player or have Jalen Ramsey in man press as much as possible. 2 force incompletions is to activate it. 30 yards allowed is to deactivate it. Pretty reoccurring theme there, right? And again, Jalen Ramsey is the only card or only player that's going to have this ability to start out. So that's it. That's the full list. We got all the offense, all the defense, all the players. Anybody left out? Anybody feel snubbed for you guys? Offense and defense? Leave it down below in the comment section. Don't forget to check out the video earlier today. Lots of stuff with abilities. You don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.